Hello, everyone. Hope yous are having a great Sunday. I'm definitely going to have to change that end bit on the intro. It sounds like the 9 o'clock news over here. It definitely does. So I'm just going to see who's in the house. Hello, Tinksy. How are you? And Sagacious, how are you? Well, I know how you are. You've got a bit of a hangover. And yeah, I did go live. Sagacious. She was saying to me this morning, "Oh, go live, go on, go on." And I was like, I'm not sure. What am I going to talk about? But then, of course, I thought, well, I might as well. Sunday evening, had a great day. Why not come on and talk to you peeps? Hey, Big D. Hey, Angela. How are you? And replay in the house. And replay will be going live in 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours from now on Replay Rants. She will be live. And I believe she has some guests who just might have a few things to say. And the lovely Cat Lee fan and Batman. Hey, Laurie. How are you? Little Miss Purple. And we have Don K in the house. Caroline D. Good evening. Hope you had a good Sunday. Kelly Cares, the lovely Kelly. Hey, Black Cat. Haven't seen you in a week or two. You do notice who comes in. And if somebody isn't in a couple of weeks, you wonder where they hope they're all right, or always glad to see them back. Hey, Fiona. And the lovely Solo. Hello. And we have the lovely Jane Perry. And Jill. Hey, all. Oh, you're here to start trouble. Oh, Jill. I'm sure you're trouble. Wherever you go, girl. Hey, Billy Sunday. Oh, you're doing your gardening. Good on you. Just stick me in your ear. Hey, Fraudbusters. Fruit Fly. Hello, Julie's Crafting and Body Shoppers. How are you, Julie? Hope you're doing all right, love. Rapper. I hope you're going to be a nice rapper tonight. Be nice to everyone. Okay. Because Big D, it's one mute and then it's boot. That's his rules. Do you like my picture, Billy? Billy, see the amount of time it took me to do that hair? There's a lot of, gel at the back, mousse at the front. Then I've got to straighten it. Yeah, ours, girl, ours. Right, Robert, I'm going to say goodbye. Because you're not going to speak to Dawn like that in here, okay? I don't know who you are, but I've a fair idea where you come from. So you can do one, jog on. And hey, Irvin. So we've got Salma. Hey, Salma. And Jude. Hi, Jude. No, Donnie's gone. Gongske. Gongs. What's it Ida say? Gongske. Hey, Nikki. He just said you're old, Dawn. I mean, hell, we're all old. I mean, if that's the worst insult somebody's going to give us on here. But no, he's not going to speak to you like that because I know he wasn't nice to you the other day. Right, the other day, there is a lovely couple, married couple, Michelle and Jamie, that go into Laurie's and they also come into mine. And apparently, someone called the lovely Michelle a hag. That's not all. Don't speak to Michelle like that. If you don't like each other, block each other, okay? But I'm not going to have that because I go into their chat and they're always very respectful to me. We might not agree on everything, but they've always been respectful. I'm 52, Dawn, at the end of this. No, I was going to say at the end of this year, in the summer. So if we all can be nice, and if you can't be nice, block each other, okay? Hey, Savannah. Savannah, did you see my little Jasper? He was very, very thirsty today, so I took a little snap. I put him on the thumbnail. And you're on the way to the store, Dawn. All right. Dippity doo da, dippity day. I love singing that. So hope everybody's okay. I've had a great day. Now it's coming into the summer. Hey, good Tricia. Me and James go out every Sunday and we go around the coast, or we might go over the mountains, always get something to eat. And basically that's what we do every week. Then we go to another place. Oh, he is, isn't he, Fiona? He's a big dote, an absolute dote. Hey, OG Fish. And that's what we do. And I've told the kids, even though the kids are 30 plus, that no, coming up to the summer, through the summer, no dinners will be cooked on a Sunday. It's me and Dad's time to go out and chillax, basically. Because you're in all winter. I mean, we know we're in all winter. And we spent probably a bit of more time on the internet and YouTube. I mean, I love YouTube. But now it's coming up to the summer. Hey, Granny's watching. Granny, I meant to say to you you were talking about the strawberries. You said the wee boy likes it on his waffles. Lidl do a great range, but what I've found with Lidl, the fruit and veg doesn't last very long. Does anybody else find that, or is that only me? Like if I bought a lettuce at the fruit shop, it would last days and days. But if I bought one in Lidl, it wouldn't. After maybe the second day. Hey, Maria Lucas, it would kind of start to wilt. Now, I don't know whether it was Lidl that you bought your fruit. I mean, the fruit's brilliant, but over here in Ireland, we have to basically eat it that day or the next because it doesn't keep. Who's cheating on who? Oh my God. Yeah, Jude. Tesco. Yeah, Tesco's good. I noticed that about Lidl. Now, I have to say, the range of fruit is brilliant that you don't get, say, in Tesco or Asda. But like their bananas and things, it just doesn't last that long. But then again, if you're feeding a family, if you're feeding a family, it's fantastic. I think it's brilliant. I basically put everything in the fridge, Granny, and I think it stays fresh longer. Now, I know a lot of people are like, no, don't put it in the fridge. Basically, I just put everything in the vegetable tray. Don't buy, oh, Caroline didn't know that. Don't buy it from outside the shop. That's the oldest. Go inside. Oh. And also I heard you ladies, it must be an American thing, root beer. I've never tasted root beer in my life. I've heard about it. I've seen it in movies. But no, we don't do root beer. Not over here. But what we do have is ginger beer. And I don't really like ginger beer. I like ginger ale, maybe with a little dash of lime and a little dash of vodka if I go out, but no. Right, so your strawberries, can I ask you where you're buying them? Are you buying them in a supermarket? Hey, moi. Moi, I think you're around the same age as me. And if you remember the famous 5 books by Edith Blyton, they used to talk about ginger beer. And we were like, ginger beer? I mean, these were like kid detectives at the time, and I thought they couldn't be drinking alcohol. I mean, that was foreign to us until we grew up what ginger beer was. You like the gin and tonic minus the tonic? Oh, right. So you're going, right. Yes, the market goes bad so quick compared to Amish farm markets. Oh, look, wouldn't you love to have an Amish market? Again, that's something that we see in TV. The furniture is Stunning. It's all homemade. Absolutely. No, Jude, it's not. Root beer isn't alcohol. I think it's a bit like our ginger beer. Oh, here we go. There's a good tip. Dawn, you know also that you should not ever cut lettuce with a knife. It causes it to turn brown after you use a plastic knife. There you go. Plastic knife. And the image says, oh yeah, I mean, I have to say, I'm sure you get these shows as well. They do the image, they get a year out, and then you kind of see wee bits of their lives and the stuff that they do. Hey, Froggy, it's beautiful. But we don't have any Amish over here. No, we don't. You were born in 69. I was born in 71. So there's not only 2 years, girl. I'm a Karen, says Savannah. She only drinks fruity tasting alcohol drinks. Well, I'm fond of a cider, a lovely cold cider in a warm day. Loads of ice. And Froggy, you're born in 67. 79 here. Oh, Tricia, you're only a babe. And in the summer of 69. I don't really feel, well, I do really a bit more because today, 88, imagine being born in 88. My niece was born in 88. Salma says, hey Jude, did you see my note? Hey Texas, 1965. That's not your age. No, it's not your age. It's another 65. I love finding out things here. Jess, my son was born in 1990. All the freaky, fluffers. I don't really know what a fluffer is. I think I might have an idea. Is it something you do before you make the sex? Is it? You have to fluff it up. Hey, JD is 1965. Froggy, mine was a big surprise. Let's just say a big surprise. Yep. Oh, they actually have people to come in and fluff it. I just thought they took Viagra. That's what I actually thought. They took Viagra. Froggy, we have 4. Oh, Granny knows. Oh, God, could you imagine? I know people do. I mean, there's people who have to do it. It's their job. I get it. Jesus, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I mean, them out dicks all day long? No, I couldn't. No, not for me. Well, Froggy, we didn't have any grandkids up until 2 years ago. And we thought, is nobody going to give us any? And we got 2 in the 1 year. But the other 2 have no intentions of giving any grandweans. Not at all. Angera, hello, how are you? And Dawn was 71, yep. I grew up in the 80s and I loved it. Loved it. And I'll tell you, I loved, like, the late 80s was my time. Going out. My hair was permed, teased. I had the biggest head of hair. And it was permed and I loved it. And I used to wear the long sweater dress with a big belt and stiletto shoes. And I'll tell you something, I could have walked miles in stiletto shoes, danced all night and walked miles. I loved it. Well, you see, Tricia, there you go. No, my mum didn't have that problem because my older sister came in. It was a bit of a shock. Let's just say she was a young mum. Granny's watching, right? When I used to go out, right, you wouldn't have showed anything. You wouldn't have been showing your cleavage because, or you wouldn't have been showing your ass because they would have called you a hoe. And I'm not joking. You would have been scandalised if you went out like that. You would have been called terrible names. We used to go out with bloody polo neck jumpers and jumper sweaters and skirts down to our feet. I mean, Jesus, we were roasting. Not craftastic, we were roasting. The sweat was lashing off us. Hey, perfect party. But we looked hot. I have to say we did. For a laugh, and I'm good. Pencil skirts, moi, loved a pencil skirt. Rah-rah skirt, had that too. Oh, yeah. And pyjamas, oh, no, that had to stop. That used to be a whole rage here for it fly. People going to the school in pyjamas, people going to the shops. They put a ban on it. Not allowed anymore. Look, I get it. There's one of ours is 27, right? And she's a fantastic figure, beautiful looking girl. And she wears things that I just like. This is like, I mean, you can see your bum in them leggings, but that's what they want. I just don't get it. But I mean, look, I think maybe it's gone a wee bit too far, especially the very, very young ones. But then, what's a Harrington jacket? It's not the ones with the patches. You used to have the patches and the elbows. No, they had to stop that at our school. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're driving to the school and you're not getting out of the car, there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't understand. I see people in the well, they used to come into the supermarkets. Well, oh, don't start me on shoulder pads. Love them. Love them. I mean, I couldn't wear them now. I would look like a linebacker. But back then, yep. No, it was like a mod jacket, tartan inside. Oh, do you remember moi, where you had the mods and the scars and all that? And you always went for one or the other. What was their purpose? It was to give you, I don't know. I mean, you just kind of, I don't know, these two big pads with the permed hair. Like, what the fuck? And blue eyeliner. No, we didn't look good. Do you, Salma? Salma, I have to say, I never had that hairdo. Now, I will admit to this, I did have the hairdo at the front before with the highlights, but I didn't have it at the back. No, I didn't. I did not have it at the back. I went very short, but I had a big, long, sweeping fringe. It wasn't that many years ago either. I liked it, but it was awful hard work. I had to let it grow out. It was just too much. So I just went back to a layered bob. You ripped the shoulder pads out, but they were nice, you know. It depended what kind of jacket or blouse you had. And you shoved them in your bra for it to fly. Ah, well, that was one another way. We used on the white eyeliner. I think you're about the same age as my niece, and she used to pull her hair back and then just have these two strands hanging down the side, hanging down the front, with the, what was the kappa jacket or the kappa shoes, and the bad hair. Oh my god! But I think each era definitely had bad hair. Oh, pajamas and slippers, scuffs top. But I always thought those people that lie about in pajamas all day, that means they haven't showered. They haven't showered. Oh, I used to use cans of hairspray. And my niece used to have she used to have the zipped, part of the tracksuit. It was zipped right up to her neck, right? And the hair was greased back into like a ponytail with these two strands. Boy, she thought she was gorgeous. Well, she was nice back then. And Craftastic, you still wear your Doc Martens? No, I never did. I was more stilettos, high heel sort of girl. Oh, Lindsay, insert. Hey, Sanders C. Oh, you were Adidas. I don't know why Kappa keeps. Is Kappa, was it a big thing in the 90s? Because I definitely remember Kappa. And what was the other big one? I mean, if one thing was popular, everybody had to have it. Everybody. We all looked identical. It didn't matter. Nobody was unique. We all looked the same. I mean, I thought I looked gorgeous on my wedding day, but oh my God, our ones just laugh. They laugh. I thought I looked the bees and E's. Kappa slappa. Right, so that isn't just by memory. There was definitely Kappa slappers, right? Okay. Well, she wasn't a slapper, but that's, I do remember the Kappa. It was the whole rage. And what was those shoes that everybody wore? They were a bit bulky. Kickers. Kickers. Anybody wear kickers back in the day? Are you back, Dave? Kickers. Solo. Yep. I think Solo, you liked your kickers. You liked your Kappa. Oh yeah. And I bet you had those two strands of hair at the front pulled down from your ponytail. You don't know what kickers are, Kelly cares. They were like bulky shoes, but everybody wore them. Everybody wore them. And then you used to be able to get them in boots, like a little boot form. I mean, everybody wore them. I'm just reading these comments. Of course I did, Craftastic. Scuffed the back of my heels. Of course I did. Yours was Doc Martens. Yeah. Going to school with the black Doc Martens. I actually do believe, and I was saying this to Seamus the other day, that it was definitely our era that started to put the hole in the ozone layer. It was us. Because of the amount of hairspray. I mean, I had no problem using a full can. It looked like a helmet on my hair, on my head. It didn't move. Wouldn't have mattered if it went into gale force winds. Or don the mullet. I think that's all back though. And I see the wee lads now getting perms in the top of their hair, to get it a bit weight, these curls that they want. The leg warmers, the whole works. But the generations it's about now will look back and laugh as well. They will. I know, Solo. It was pulled back. Over here, I don't know if you're British or if you're American, but over here, wearing your hair straight back tight like that was called the Croydon facelift. And that was after Kate Moss. She used to have her hair pulled back. United Colours of Benetton, love. Oh, you're British. Right. The Croydon facelift. And that was named after Kate Moss. I think it's about time I could do the Croydon facelift. I'm 52 coming. Can't believe it, but I am. We never had flared jeans, Miss Purple. I don't even think we really wore jeans that much in the 80s, but I didn't. It was more pencil skirts and sweater dresses. Yep. But we did. We thought we were the bollocks, like we did. The dogs bollocks, rather, I should say. So what's the crack with everybody? What's been happening on these streets of the YouTubes? Is everybody getting on, or who's been dragging who? It's all been full on, I hear. I catch bits and bobs, but obviously I can't watch all of them. But I do catch bits and bobs. Oh, Kelly, it's crazy. I mean, I have to say, there's a lot I just don't get involved with. I don't think anybody's lost any channels this week. Sorry about the birds, peeps. No, I don't think anybody's lost channels this week. Where's Nicky? You're saying that you're enjoying the peace? Or at least I'm not seeing any further attacks like before. So I'm praying it lasts. And Nicky, I hope so. For you, I do. I hope so. But I suppose, look, I've always said you don't have to participate in all the drama. Just you pick the bits that you want to participate in. Now, saying that, sometimes you're brought into drama that you don't want to be in. And you're like, no, fuck off. I don't want any part of this. Now, I did get a little message earlier on that a certain person, the artist formerly known as Cowgirl, is going to do a big live about me tomorrow night. Hey, Charlie, sliding in. Go for it, CJ. Go for it. Because you are sliding into chats, making little quick remarks, then sliding on out. I don't give a fuck. Do your worst. I mean, you say you're back in the drama now. I think that's great. Cowgirl, Miss Purple. I think it's great. And she's going to go back to her original name and drop the Elvis. I mean, Elvis, that was a waste of fucking time. You didn't do any Elvis, did you? Of course she was never out of the drama. All right, my love, because you're on later tonight, replay. Hey, stand for truth. I mean, CJ, you come into this community like a bomb, going after Natasha Cooper. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's fine. We can do the same. I've no problem with that. It's content. I've always said it. We're all of us are each other's content. Some can handle it, some can't. Right? Your threats don't bother me because you've got nothing on me. Nothing. I don't do shitty shit. But remember, it works both ways. And I'll have no problem bringing out all the shit if I have to. Because now that you're back and you're happy and you're great, why not? Yep. And I'm glad that you're not going to be somebody's victim. Why would you want to be somebody's victim on here? Really? You're triggered because you see Marie speak to me and I speak to Marie in chats. That's none of your business. That triggers you. You can't contain yourself. And you always have to get a little comment here or comment there. I don't give a shit. Get used to it. I don't care. And I'm happy that you feel strong enough now to go full force onto the drama. That's great. No, I'm saying, why would you want to be, Granny, someone's victim? Why would you? Why would you want to be anybody's victim? Running about crying about your mental health, yet you're stuck deep in the drama. Like, fuck off. Who cares? I don't care. I've always said, if you're not up to it, log off. Take a break. I begged her to take a break. Begged her. Hey, Lorraine. Nope. She didn't take a break. 2 days later, or maybe the next day, she was back on. I mean, you can't make this shite up. And you're angry with me, CJ, because I don't believe that shite. And I don't deal with emotional manipulation. Charlie, that is her boyfriend. Absolutely. I'm not going to lie. It is her boyfriend. One thing I won't do is lie. But can you say the same? I don't care where anybody goes. Don't give a shit. What I did say, go where you want. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying. I'm staying over at this side. You always knew that. There's no big reveal. I wasn't going anywhere. I'm happy where I am. I'm happy where I sit and will continue to sit. Because I don't flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. I'm on here. I'm on my own. I don't give a fuck what you think you're going to say or do. I really don't care. I don't give a shit. But it works both ways. No, Charlie, you don't lie. Am I very quiet? Do I sound low? Or am I good? Or have you got the vacuum on, maybe? Is that it? You hear me good? So you sound me good? It's you. It must be the vacuum. CJ knows why our friendship ended. It's not a big secret. I was sent that receipt for St. Jude's back in December. I hold my hand up. I didn't even look at it and inspect it. Angela got sent it as well. She didn't look at it and inspect it. Because why would we think that anyone would doctor that receipt or doctor a receipt to St. Jude's Hospital? Why? I certainly didn't. I mean, who does shit like that? The first time I found out about it, it was you put up the post yourself and tagged Angela and tagged Granny. And it was the ones in the comments caught that out. Then when I went to look at it, I thought, oh, fuck. And Sagacious can tell you, I felt sick. I was sick to my stomach because I can't stand behind that. Because I knew what went down. I knew what I was told. And one thing I won't do on here is attach myself to grimy, dirty shite like that to do with money. My hands are fucking clean. And when I seen that and I looked at it, I was like, oh, I spoke to you. And this is the truth. And you know it's the truth. I spoke to you. And you said that you had sent this money. You spent the next fucking 4 days lying on panels, panel after panel after panel. I didn't contact you. I couldn't. You were lying. I was sick to my stomach. And I was sick to my stomach. Because who expects someone to do that? Okay, you didn't do it on me, but I was your friend. I did not want brought into that shite. I didn't. And I've every right to stand back and say, no, I can't do it. I don't want anything to do with this. And you lied for 4 days. Until you admit it. You did admit to me. You did indeed admit that you doctored it for $20. But the only reason you admitted that is because you were caught out. No other reason. That's the reason that our friendship ended. And it's not about me being this, that, there, or the other. I can't, when it comes to money and it comes to things like that, no, fuck that. And forging receipts. And then lying. And then you admitted it. Admitted it then. That you'd only give $20. But I knew in my fucking heart, you would have had the receipt for the $20. You wouldn't have had to forge that receipt. You could have pulled that receipt up. Because what I did do, I sent a donation as well to St. Jude's to see what kind of receipt I got back. And then you'd on the spliced call, forgot about that. Angela, when I tell you, when I heard that call and everything, I was sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach. So any of these allegations or things that you're putting out, oh, I'm going to come out with the truth about no, that's the truth. That's it. That's why your friendship ended. That's why it ended. I'm not going to stand by somebody that can lie like that. Fuck that. I've been on here 5 years. And not one person can ever call me a scammer, grifter, or anything. They can say they don't like me. They can call me anything else. I don't care. But they're not going to call me that. And I mean, if you want to go back and forth, because you can go live about me, good, do it. Do your worst. But I'll come back at you each and every fucking time. And we can go through, we'll talk about the cartoon, yeah. The cartoon money that you wanted at Christmas, the $600. Yep, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the teeth money. Yep, we'll talk about it. Where is those teeth? Where is those teeth? Yeah. So CJ, you needn't think you can threaten me. I blocked you. You can't get hold of me now, and you won't ever get hold of me again. I want nothing ever to do with you again. And when I say that, I mean that. She did. She got the 180 and paid it because she was put into the corner. Elvis has left the building. I mean, if you go to my Juror main account, I've more stuff on Elvis than she put out. I don't call myself Juror and Elvis. Like, what the fuck? You can't hide it. It comes up. If you don't want the drama and you don't want to be talked about, then go to another community. Did we all talk shit? Yep. Hold my hand up. But I can tell you one thing. I never doxed people. I never looked into people's information. The worst thing I ever done was maybe say a few shitty things. So what? So what? I never told my friends personal details. I speak to different people on different sides, and I've never spoke about what they told me. Never. Never. But you do. And you get so angry and raging when you see somebody in a chat that you don't like, or when I'm in a chat that you don't like that person or you don't like that chat, you lose control. It's none of your business where I go. And I know what you're doing with Laurie and me. I'm not stupid. I can see it. I've spoke to Laurie. We're fine. She doesn't care that I say hello to Marie in a chat. Why would she? I don't care who Laurie speaks to in a chat. It's none of my business. I'm best friends with Sagacious on here, and I wouldn't tell her where to go and where not to go, or who she can speak to, who she can't speak to. She would tell me to fuck off. And you watch everything. You say I don't watch you guys. Yeah, you do. You watch everything. I know you do. I know you do. I was going to say Sagacious, CJ. So, Miss Dolly, so are you saying you weren't warned multiple times? Miss Dolly, I'm going to tell you a wee thing, right? I take people as I find them, right? Because I know how it works on here. People could have a very bad relationship or friendship with someone, and they could come to me and say, don't go near that person. That's bad, bad, bad. But I've learned on here, it's all YouTube politics. I'll find out what that person is like myself. And I did. I did. Your experience with her is maybe different than mine. But I've also had experience with some of those ladies over there. They know who they are. That have said some pretty nasty, shitty things about me. Talked about my religion, my nationality, calling me traitor to my country. So they can fuck away off. Because that, nah. But Miss Dolly, I will say this. I've heard some pretty shitty things from your side as well. And it's grimy and it's dirty, and I want nothing to do with it. I'm a disgrace to the Shamrock. You see? There you go. You're showing Miss Dolly exactly who you are. Because you've just shown everybody in this chat what you are. So you've just proved that CJ was right about you. Yep. Because when they haven't anything else to say, they bring out something like that. I don't give a shit. Get it into your fucking head. I'm Irish today, but I'm allowed to be British tomorrow because I've dual nationality, right? And I love my British friends and my British neighbours. And I love my Irish. Of course I do. Well, she was in here, Miss Dolly was, but she's now been removed from the room because she can't control herself. Marie can control herself. And Marie is welcome in my chat. I will date people for what I find them myself. You should be who you are. So yeah, you can fuck off. And I've seen the comments that you've made about me, and I've got screenshots. You're probably about fucking 70, no teeth, bad hair, maybe hadn't a shower in a couple of days, and all you do is fucking troll on the internet. I can just imagine it behind that screen, exactly what you're like. And I know, it doesn't matter what communities we've come from, there's all been shit done to each other. Let's be honest. There is. We've done shit in each other, of course we have. Hey, Bones. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Trisha. You can just imagine. I can imagine what she's like, exactly what she's like. Please don't tell me she's Irish. Jeez, please, please, please don't. Give us Irish a bad name. If people are nice to me, I wish you, Laurie, God's sake. Jeez. She's about 70, isn't she? No teeth, greasy hair, what she's got left off it. I can imagine her. Can imagine her, what she's like. Or what? Or Scottish? Well, yeah, you've got enough. You've got enough. She's another crybaby. Aye. Well, Charlie, the problem is they're on the internet. They haven't time to shower. Oh, she's in her late 40s. All right, okay. That's even worse then. She's still probably got no teeth and bad hair. Let's just say it. I would say if I saw her, she probably yeah. No, she hasn't, Maria. She's not a beautiful woman with a good heart. Not the things that she said about me. I don't know the woman. Don't know her. Don't know her. Don't want to know her. Yet she seems to come round and put in comments about my nationality. But she can fuck off. Because if I had wanted to, I could have got her removed from here. That's hate speech. You can't do that. No, Dave, don't delete Maria. Maria obviously likes her. That's fine. I don't like her. My opinion's not going to change. We'll just not speak about her on here. Hey, 71, good to see you. But we've got trolls like that from our community as well. We've all got them. Doesn't matter what community you come from, they're all the same. Some go a little bit deeper with the digging and the abuse and the threats and the blackmail. Well, that's not going to work on me. They can fuck right off. And anybody that doxes my address, yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that works out for you. Because that seems to be all that happens. People doxing each other's addresses, go in real life. Like, really, keep it on here. Oh, Miss Purple, look, you know something? Basically, I do see you, Sandy. I have very, very few people blocked on this. I think there's about 3 or 4 at the most. And it's only scuts like that that I will block because I don't want her in here. Hey, Delaney. Delaney, you missed the conversation at the start. We were having a good chat about the 80s. And Dave, that's true. There's not any woman going to be quiet on here. And I think it's time the men. I mean, at least you get it. You understand it. Hey, Pocket Sand. Just taking a drink of my little cappuccino here. I'm addicted to the cappuccinos. Sorry for the pauses, but I'm just having a vape. Or you see, the thing is, you can't talk about Sunday and not expect for them to respond or talk back. That's it. That's what we do. And that's what I'll continue to do. I mean, let's be honest. CJ made content out of Natasha for what? Up to a year. Even when Natasha said, stop it, don't talk about me. Her mental health wasn't great. Did anybody stop? No. But as you said yourself, you're doing great, you're back in the drama, you're all ready for it. That's fine. You were en route from the weed store, Juror. Oh, it's legal over there in Canada. Jesus, Delaney, is it expensive for weed? Well, how much weed would you get, say, for $100? But that lasts you a long time, or $50. Well, it's all on now. That's what they want. But did CJ? She maybe, I don't know, I can't even remember. It's all a blur at that time. But that's how she built her channel over here, was dragging Natasha. But none of us can drag Natasha anymore because she's bloody been kicked off the platform. I mean, I clipped Natasha. I did. I loved clipping her. And it's got to the stage now that there's hardly any channels left. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Dave, you know how to do it. Oh, she mocked her, you see? Yeah. So we're meant to have sympathy. Well, emotional manipulation, I'm going to say this again, does not work on me. I would be affronted to come on here crying that I'm a victim and to stop talking about me. You're back, Maria. Well, that's fine, Maria. I appreciate that. It's got not, you have nothing. What Dolly says, this is it. Maria, you don't come in here, balls to the wall. That's fine. I'm taking you from what way I find you. And this is what we all do. I like to find out myself. And even though it can turn into a shit show, and it normally does, I do find out. Did I side eye things? Yes, I did. Did I turn the cheek? Yeah, I did. No, that's fine, Maria. I did. Of course I did. Did I choose not to go to Clip a Dip and watch things? Yeah, I did. I'll be honest, I did. We all did. Because it suited me. I liked CJ. Did I think, I mean, I was naive to think that she wouldn't do what she did in other people when we parted ways. Of course she would. Of course she was going to do that. Until I blocked her. You didn't know, see, Granny, I did know of them. Did I choose to ignore them? Yeah, I did. Now, I will say this. I do think that one channel made to go against one creator. I don't agree with that because I wouldn't like it done on me, right? And I can't be a hypocrite because I wouldn't like it done on me. I get what they're trying to do, but it's not right to go after one certain creator continuously. It's not. But I think we've all learned it because I was definitely in a community before this that we did go after one creator. I then went over to Dorothy's. I mean, no, I just wouldn't do that again. I just wouldn't do it. Yeah, exactly, Granny. Yeah, Laurie, because there's been shit done on both sides. A lot of shit. Now, I wouldn't make a channel up to go after CJ. Hell no, I wouldn't. But will I talk about her? Yeah, if she does shit. In future, I will. If she puts up some crap fundraiser, yeah, I'm going to call it out. Absolutely, I am. Yep, I am. She can call me a stalker. That's fine. But I am going to call it out. Because I have to say, yous all kind of came from Twitter, and it was nasty over there. Nasty. And there was bad done on both sides. I don't care who likes that or who doesn't, but there was. I agree. Perfect party. Yes. But there's nothing on me. She hasn't got anything on me because I don't do shit. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I didn't dox anybody. I wasn't looking up people's addresses. I wasn't getting people's wedding photographs and putting them up. No, didn't do it. Didn't do any of that. No. What's the worst? We talk shit. Big deal. We all do. That's it. Nothing that outrageous. Nothing. And I'm not threatening anybody. You threatened me. And the reason I will never have anything to do with you is when you sent me that text. And you know what text I'm talking about. That's it. Because we just don't do that over here. I've known people on here since 2018. We've never done that shit. Never. I mean, I'm not scared of her. I mean, like, what the fuck? You know? We did get a song Perfect Party out of it. And I have to say, uh, yeah, even though some of yours was against me, they were funny. They were funny. They were funny. They weren't nasty. You know, and this is the thing. I think you can do clips that's not nasty, nasty. You can take the piss out of somebody. You can have a bit of a laugh. But I don't like going over to the no. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's definitely. I'm not saying I didn't expect. I knew, always knew, I suppose. And that's why I was careful. But I'm always careful. I mean, we're paranoid in Northern Ireland. Come on. Anybody, JD, you'd say the same. We're all paranoid. Craftastic. Yep. And I will say something that Sagacious said today. And it's true. Like she done a live last night, coming in home from the pub. And somebody had popped up on StreamYard behind the scenes and they had devices doing the usual, you know what they do. And those are the type of people that are listening to us. That's creepy. That's the type of people that are listening to us. So be very careful what you put out there. Your grandkids, kids, anything. But I know CJ isn't threatened by me. Not at all. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Not at all. I would say, Laurie. Now, well, that's a different story, Laurie. I do not break confidences or I don't show messages. But I will say, if I'm pushed and lies are being told, yep, I'm not going to make out, nobody's going to make me out to be a fucking liar. And that's right. Not one person, because I'm telling the truth here. That's why our friendship ended. It was over the lies with the St. Jude receipt. And I would not be associated with anybody that does that. That's just it. And you're not going to interfere in people's friendships with Laurie. Laurie's well liked here. That's it. End of. And if you're back in the drama, well, good. You must be healthy and well and fit for it. But don't go running off crying SH because it's not going to work. Oh, I will, Delaney. Absolutely, I will. Will there be people hurt along the way? Sadly, there will be. But that's just the way it is. But I'll never go down as low as what they do. I just won't. Hey, Mr. Shannon Knight. I think we all react. JD called me over to help wax her legs. I wouldn't have minded. But I can't even see, but she wanted me to wax the rest of the table as well. Like, we have all differences of opinion, and that's okay. Like me and Charlie. Yes, Charlie, you, Charlie. Charlie pulls me up and things, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. Because they know. They say, well, you didn't say that 3 months ago, Juror. You said something different. And that's true. And I always say, well, we're allowed to change your mind. But there's people like Charlie and there's people like JD that won't change their mind. And it's not a bad thing. If they've got an opinion about somebody, they stand by that opinion. And they're normally right. Has she, Maria? Really? Yeah. But I'm actually looking forward to the live that she plans to do about me. I look forward to it. Because if she goes live, say tomorrow night, right, we're not there. Yeah, I'll be good for doing Wednesday night. And I'll be good doing Friday night. I know Replay will slot a couple in there, and Granny, I'm sure, will slot one in. Yeah, we've got a good week. Yep, definitely. I said to her, I wish her well, and I hope she does all right. But she can't control her anger. I just don't get how people can't control their. I know I get heated up on here, but I don't come on and I don't certainly threaten people. Oh, apparently did. So I was told. Yeah, she's going to put the right story out. I don't know what the right story is. That is the story. It was to do with the St. Jude's receipt. That's it. Simple. Can't lie about shit like that. Apparently it's going to be changed because, well, as I say, I have more Elvis content on my main channel. than she's ever did. Has she done any Elvis content? You can change your name, but everybody still knows what you are. Exactly, Sandy. Hey, the wandering sub. Well, it's not going to work on me, Maria. Nope. And I hear that Dorothy beat her counterclaim, beat her strike. Bada bada bing, bada bada bing. So she's got her video back up. Oh, be gentle when you clap back. Of course, of course. That's true, Solo. It's either one way or the other. You're going to be her friend or you're going to be an enemy. And you beat her privacy claim, right, Granny? See? I mean, if I felt that mentally unwell, I wouldn't be watching everybody's community posts, watching absolutely everything, up all night watching lives. I wouldn't. Fuck that. That's true perfect party. Oh no. Oh, Charlie, I hope there is. It gives me content. Right? I could have content with this for the next year. This could build my channel. Come on, let's face it. I could build my channel. What am I now at the minute? 519 on this channel. If I done pure drama, right, for the next 6 months, I'd be over 1,000. No sweat, no problem. I know. 522. Woo, woo. Not that it matters, and I've said this before. I've got nearly 5,500 on my other. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I could have 10 people in here, but I know the 10 people I would have is good people. They are decent, good people. All of yous are good people. Have we had differences? Yep, we have. We've maybe Google blogged each other from a time to time, but yeah, we're all right. Because we know how far to go. We don't go over that line. I'm not interested. What school you went to, who your ex-husband was, who your baby daddies are. None of my business. None of my business. And you'll never find anything. You'll not. Of me looking into other people's personal details. You just won't. Hey, Halsey. Good to see you. Now, this is a very nice Sunday vibed live. That's what I wanted. Well, you know, me and Sagacious actually, Granny, have had arguments about this. I've said to her, if people come at me and keep coming at me and keep coming at me, yeah, I'll fucking go back at them each and every time. And it might not be nice. Sagacious is more, if they go low, you go higher. I'm not maybe just like that. I'll not go, no, I definitely wouldn't go real life. That's one thing I won't do. I won't. But now, if they lived in my country, that's different. And I mean legally, not anything else, by the way, legally. You know, if they lived in Scotland or Wales or England or Ireland, yeah. Hey, Andrew's mum. When are you going live again, Andrew's mum? You go live in the middle of the night for the Europeans, so none of us get you. You've got to do your time zones a bit different. Listen to me. Oh, but they do, Solo. Not only that, that's not even the half of it. The private Facebook chats, it's continuous. They're probably sitting at the minute. There's a group of them that'll sit and watch through a StreamYard, in a private StreamYard, this live, talking about me and this live. I mean, who's got time for that shit? I could, JD, but I wouldn't. Oh, oh, hold on. Andrea, pardon me. I choked on my vape. Oh my God. Oh, you wouldn't believe it, Granny. When I say the price, I've never done them. I won't do them. Never done them. And I wasn't in any group chats. Thank the Lord, is all I can say. Because could you imagine if I'd been in private group chats with any of them? The shit. And then what happens? They get all friendly, and they tell each other personal details. And then when they fall out, all those personal details are related to other people. Yep. Who said smoking's bad and vaping's good? That is their whole life solo. Because I doubt, I'm going to be honest, I doubt if they work, some of them. They couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't stay up all night and all day on a private StreamYards and private chat rooms. You just couldn't. JD! Look, Seamus is on a health kick, and I have been dragged along with it, because when he went to the hospital, when he hurt the hand, his blood pressure was very up, very, very high. So, yeah, he's on a health kick. Like, we all like YouTube. Nobody's saying that we don't. We do. We do like it. But I think we know that there's a healthy line. That you need to go out, be it if you're going to work, if you want to go out and have a coffee, if you want to go out for the day. Yeah. Delaney, I know. Delaney, did you hear me what I asked? How much weed would you get for $50? Do you get much? Would that do you a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I have no idea. Is it expensive to buy that? Well, you built a fire pit, planted flowers, ran to the store, vacuumed, and now cleaned my car. You see? Well, I was out and about all day. You wouldn't get much. $100? Would it do you if you smoked one a day? I don't know. It's very expensive in Canada. Hey, Elaine. I have at least 2 nights a week I don't sleep. I blame my meds. YouTube comes in handy at those times. Absolutely, Elaine. But I probably spent less than 5% off here, but guilty of doing all-nighters. Well, there's nothing wrong if you look. If you want, look, this is what I'm saying. I love YouTube and I stick it in my ear and I listen, but I do miss the chance. Oh my God, Jude, I wouldn't be buying it. We all went for, oh, here we go. You missed it. Oh, here we go. And then I'll tell you this story about me and weed. Yes, you missed it. So, say on average, it's about $5 a gram. Oh, of flour. Some $10 a gram for wicked shit. Yeah, we pay tax on it. So, $5 a gram. I'm trying to think with cooking. Right, that's not a, you don't get a lot for that. That wouldn't be, ours is 10 a gram, 20 is wicked. Wow. So, would a gram do one smoke? That would do one smoke. Delaney's in Canada did, and it's legal there. Now, there is certain states in the US that it's legal. Right, so a gram would do you one blunt. So that could be five to say $10. That that's expensive enough. You wouldn't. That's like if you took one a day. I mean, you wouldn't take any more than one, would you? That's $70 a week. Well, we went to Amsterdam. Pardon me. A few years ago, we went to Amsterdam. The girls and me, and yes, I did leave the kids at home. I know, terrible, terrible mother, terrible mother. But anyway, had a fantastic weekend, and some of the girls wanted to try the brownies. Apparently, the stuff was in these brownies, and I was the one that volunteered that I didn't want any. I didn't want to take one. I didn't. I was scared. I said, right, I'll look after you girls if you eat the brownie. And they ate the brownie, and I think they thought they were going to feel this certain way, but it didn't really work out that way. They were quite all right. Oh, you pay $100 an ounce? Yeah, Elaine, I have to say, for the health reasons, a lot of people do need it, and I think it should be made legal. Hey, Tina Smith, welcome. No, we went to Amsterdam, and if anybody knows what Amsterdam's I mean, they're smoking it everywhere, everywhere. So there was us, like a bunch of glumpets, right, from the country, and they were all getting stuck into these brownie biscuits. And yeah, I said, right, I'll look after you. But nothing really happened. They just started to laugh and joke, but that was it. No, I didn't want to take it. I'd be scared. That's why I can honestly say I've never taken an illegal drug in my life. Never. Are you taking notes, just? I wouldn't even have a clue how to get it. But it's illegal here. We're not allowed it in Ireland, and we're not allowed it in the UK. But that right, even with my cigarettes, I can get 200 for about $20. That's good, Sandy. But $100 for an ounce, that depends how much you smoke. I mean, Delaney, you seem to be always having a wee smoke. Oh, listen to this, Delaney. It's a family affair. I'm the only family member that's old school. I do joints. My husband does pipes. My daughter and her husband use a bong. A bong, right? And I won't share it with them. I say, rule your own fuckers. Jude, $100 is for an ounce of weed. Absolutely. Right, invite. And I'm going to learn about how do we do this now. Get that out of there. I would love to find, we're going to learn all about the benefits of weed. Hello, Scarlett. How are you? Hey, oh, there's another Joe Madry. I know Joe likes to, for health reasons, likes a wee smoke off the old. Joe, I was telling them I went to Amsterdam and I volunteered to be the only one not to be taking the brownie, the chocolate brownie. And that was obviously weed in it. And yeah. Froggy. I know I've seen that Murder Mountain on Netflix. It was brilliant. And the amount of weed that they grew up there. Wow. Oh, take the bread. No, Scarlett, I didn't. No, I didn't want to. I was scared. I said I would supervise the ladies. We were in a weekend away. Is that you, Delaney? I think it is. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. Close your eyes, ladies, in case we get a big dick between your eyes. Okay?
Okay. It
Hey,
is,
Delaney.
hey, it is me, but I got a wicked echoes. So this premium shit, as always,
You
that
sound good.
doesn't work. No, you're echoing on me.
Oh,
Will just switch my account and come back.
all right, my love.
Okay, premium sucks.
I love premium. Oh, it's all illegal on here. We don't get anything. Not a thing. Oh, you go to Amsterdam in the summer. It was fantastic weekend. Plenty of drink was taken. JD, you're disappointed you didn't get a big dick between your eyes tonight. I have to say, Joe, I think we should have it and it should be legal. Oh, there's the lovely Scarlett. Scarlett, you can turn your camera off before I put you up.
Hey,
Hello,
hey,
Scarlett.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Speaking of weed, yes, it's legal here, and it's been legal here for like 2 years, but it's
Oh,
been legal since 1985, guys. Wink, wink, in my eyes.
wow.
No, no, everybody's into the edibles now and the gummies and this and
Oh,
that. And I have to tell you, the one thing that I never really took to was the gummies. I don't like them, but I love the brownies and the cookies. I have a friend that makes Rice Krispie treats.
oh.
I'm telling you, one day she made a whole batch, and I sat there, and
You
we were
didn't.
just like, what? Like, she never told me what was in, and I just kept eating and eating and eating. And she's like, you might want to stop on the second one. And I'm like, why? I don't care. I don't have to like lose any pounds. And she goes, no, no, no. Stop on the second one. I didn't listen. So lo and behold, I sat in the chair like all bug-eyed all day.
Oh
Like,
my
hello,
God.
how are you? And kept laughing. We had a field day. We had a field day with me.
Oh,
Had a field day.
Scarlett. And you felt it didn't change your, did it change your, you know, did you feel happy? You didn't feel sad?
No, I was very content and very happy. And I just kept laughing and bursting into tears because it was so funny. And I should have stopped. But, I used to smoke it for benefit reasons, for medical reasons when I was older, but also when I was younger, it did help with my depression and my anxiety. So, you know,
Yeah.
I was on medication for that, and I stopped taking meds 2 years ago, a year ago, and I've been smoking it still, and it helps.
Well, I know that the lovely Delaney
Hey,
loves a wee smoke.
Hello, hello,
I
Delaney.
do. Hey, Scarlett, how you doing? Yeah, you know
Hothead.
what? Yeah, no, listen. I grew up in Canada. In my
Right.
generation, I'm 54.
Okay,
Hmm.
I'm
We
53. There
okay.
you go.
When I was growing up, we either smoked weed or drank beer or both.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't have, thank God, what our kids are dealing with these days. We didn't have any of that shit. Beans. Remember beans, guys? Like whatever. But so it's very natural to us. Now there were bouts when I quit for
Hmm.
long periods of time before, even while I was pregnant, of course, and then
Yeah.
for years after. Um, and just as when my oldest was about 8, I started, dabbling in it. She's old enough, and it doesn't change you like that. It's not like doing a shot of heroin or something and trying
No,
to look
no,
after
it's
your
totally
kid.
different.
When they go to bed,
Yeah.
okay, and this is how me and my husband were. When our first was about maybe 7, After bedtime,
Mhm.
yeah, we can smoke one and just do regular shit. It's just relaxing, but I don't drink. Some people
Yes.
have a shot of scotch and
Oh yeah.
relax that way. That's just how we relaxed. And it's like even my parents, I had to explain to them that they don't even, you think that you're doing a heroin, or they thought we were like doing heroin, right? And I'm like, guys, when me and my brothers, when we were younger, like they were asking all these questions because me and my brother, one brother, we got caught, a couple times, and I ratted him out sometimes, as sisters do. Have you guys checked under Dan's wooden thing in his bedroom?
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was bitch. I was a bad sister. Um,
No, it's funny that you say that because my sister, I learned from my sister.
yeah.
And my parents, I mean, being this, in 1970, that's all that, and they were sitting, my mom died 3 years ago. My dad's still alive. And, my dad is older now. He's 86, 87. Yeah, he's 87 now. And let me tell you, for his 85th birthday party, my stepmother said, we're having a pot party for him. I'm telling you, everybody went. And,
Oh my
and
God.
of course my kids, no kids were invited. But, it's a big difference nowadays because back then, it was what they did to unwind, and I remember them sitting in the backyard with their friends, smoking and drinking and, barbecuing on the weekends. But it was like a weekender thing. It was very strange to me. But we learned from, I guess, my parents, if you want to say. But my sister and I, we were, I learned from her, and you know how to roll and everything, and
You know
and then
what? I
then you got the
never,
can
I
and you
never
poked holes in
ventured,
there.
I never ventured away from weed,
Hmm.
and none of my friends did. Well, no, sorry. Majority of my friends didn't. My husband didn't. My brothers,
Hmm.
nothing. We never ventured. We lost two people to, you know, uh,
Alcohol.
bad stuff. No,
Oh, okay.
like meth
The
and all
harder
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Two
I'm sorry
friends
about
that
that.
we grew up with. They were
Yeah.
the only two that ventured out, and the rest of us, like I say, we're in our 50s now, and we were been partying. I call it partying since you're like 16, 17, and only two of the group. I don't think it's a gateway to other drugs, is what
No,
I'm trying to say.
I don't think so either
I don't think
because
it is either.
My
And I haven't
parents
taken
did
any, but
at
I
the
don't think.
time. At the
yeah,
time, my parents did, but
Yeah.
they've educated themselves on it. And when my
right.
mom had breast cancer, I got her weed. She would never try it,
Hmm.
but she had it on hand just in case. She kept saying she would,
Yeah.
um,
And I
but
don't
she
think there
didn't.
was
She's
anything
afraid.
wrong with it back in the 80s, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They should have made it legal back then. I mean, I remember going to the local bodega, down the road and getting milk and being able to get a dime bag or a nickel bag, you know, and and a bunch of bamboo papers, and nobody thought differently. It was just like, oh, don't tell your parents, and it's like, yeah, well, our parents do it anyway, but it's like you weren't going to your parents to get weed, you know, even
Yeah.
though they wanted
Well,
you to.
my one daughter does. Used to.
They preferred that you did.
I told her, do not try it till you're 18 when you're done high school so that you get through high school. Please
Yes.
don't try it. Please don't try it. And she didn't until she was 18. And the first
Okay.
time I caught her, she
Yeah.
tried to lie to me and everything, like you can't get past a, like a pot smoker, you
Yeah.
know. Um, but she's never ventured off. She's 31 now, and I didn't start. I wouldn't smoke anything with her till she was like maybe 25.
Hmm.
I didn't feel right.
Yeah.
You
Same
know,
here.
I
Just
knew
wait
she
till.
did it, but
Sorry,
it's
Delaney.
it's a weird trip to smoke a dude with your kid though.
Oh my
Yes,
God, I
it
can
is.
imagine. I can imagine.
It
When it
is.
was Yeah, I not my youngest. We don't have that type of relationship. She's my baby.
Yeah.
I protect her. My oldest, we're so much alike that she was bound to be a weed smoker.
Uh-huh.
Even though she caught me when I was 12, or when she was 12, she caught me, and I had to sit down and talk to her. I said, "You know how Dad comes home and has a beer?" She goes, "Yeah," or three, and she says, "Yeah," and I said to her, "I just got home from work, and I don't drink, but I do smoke this." So I talked to her for about 45 minutes, and I said to her, "Hey," what her name is. I said, "Have you noticed any difference in me in this last 45 minutes?" And she said, "No." And I said, "I just want you to know that, you know." I mean, I had to talk to her about it.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Hey,
Hey, Laurie, how are
Hey,
you?
Lori.
good. Hey, Delaney. Who else is on here?
Hey,
God,
Oh, Scarlett. Hi, Scarlett.
how are you?
I'm okay. Sorry, Connie has bought this really is it Aussie something shampoo or conditioner hair treatment, and she's bought it in, showed me, and then she's put it down somewhere, and we cannot find it anywhere.
Oh
So
my
I've
gosh.
literally had to go off and try and help her find it. Can't
Oh
find
no.
it. It'll turn up, but yeah.
so Juror, I just want to say, like, and then after, my child was 8, I had to stop again because I got pregnant, of course. And then I didn't do it again till my youngest was 12. But I will say this, it ails a lot of things. And talking from personal experience of rheumatoid arthritis, I would rather smoke weed or take gummies than any pharmaceutical out there, and it works
Amen.
just as
For
well
that.
or better. So in my older age, like I say, I'm 54, I more rely on it for that because I'd rather smoke one and have relief
Oh,
from
absolutely.
the pain. It takes the edge off, and it keeps me chill.
I definitely would say that if I took an illness that I was in pain and I thought
Mhm.
that it could help me with my pain,
Yeah,
I absolutely would be taking it.
yeah.
Absolutely. I
I'm
don't have,
very I'm very anti big pharma, except for like I need insulin to live. So that, but all that other shit, it's proven to heal so many things for people. And if you don't like to smoke it, like
But
my mom,
what I'm
I
gonna
have my mom on gummies for
yeah,
her rheumatoid
yeah,
arthritis
I
because
take gummies.
she doesn't like big pharma either. We don't know what junk is in there. We know
No,
what's
you
in
don't.
this.
You don't. And you
Mm,
know what? There's a lot of fentanyl going around
Oh
lately, and
God.
it's being and
mm.
it's been proven to be in some medications like antidepressants. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I worry for my kids a lot because they're on medication
Yeah.
for their anxiety. And you know, I worry about that more than anything. But you know what? If it's helping them, then it's helping them. But I mean, you can't just go to the pharmacy and say, "Hey, can you check and see if there's fentanyl in here?"
no, I know.
I mean, and that's what scares me about medication, and that's why I stopped taking mine. And also because I've been on it since I was 15 in 1985, and I just stopped last year, and I have I feel better. I just can't sleep lately. But if I want to get some real sleep, I'll smoke weed. I don't care. I'm
Mm.
53 years old. I mean, it's legal.
You're the
You
same
know.
age as me, Scarlett.
Yeah,
Scarlett, I agree. I mean, if what's different about it than a sleeping tablet? Nothing.
exactly. Or
Nothing.
melatonin
Yeah.
or chamomile. Chamomile is close to it. Let me tell you. I take chamomile tablets and I drink the tea constantly. And I have to tell you, at a certain amount of chamomile that you put in your system
Hmm.
is irrelevant to a certain amount of weed that you smoke. That's what I figured out in my head.
Oh,
Well, I honestly will. I've never taken any, but I will say this: I would rather have weed any day than a lot of the stuff that's going around.
Oh, yes,
Mm.
absolutely.
You know, it's bad.
It is bad. And it's
I
scary that these things still exist. That you
Mm.
can go out any day,
I
pick
know.
it up, get a batch of whatever you want to get, and boom, you're good to go. But you know what? Scary thing is lately, fentanyl. You will not find that in
It's
weed.
a killer.
Mm-hmm.
So, Andrea, how much? Oh, sorry, Delaney. How much would you smoke? What would it cost you in a week for your little smokes,
Who, me?
Andrea? Oh, sorry,
Oh,
Delaney.
sorry.
Oh, she gone. She's muted. She might be doing something.
Oh,
Look, I started smoking weed because my friend was smoking it at the time, and a couple of times that I did smoke it, it was just making me really like, ugh.
yeah.
And then I went to a party, my friend's 40th. Oh God, I was 38, so Connie was a baby, and she had the entertainment, the food, and these bong pipes, which were only supposed to be fruit. They weren't supposed to have anything in it.
Oh, Lori.
Were
No,
they
I know where
taller
this is
than
going.
you?
Listen,
I saw a
we
bong
had-
that was 5 foot tall, and I could not even. I mean, I had to stand on a couple of books.
yeah, I'm 5'1", Scarlett. I'm only 5'1", and I drank a good part of a bottle of Moet. She had 40 bottles of Moet at this party, and I had sank a good part of the one just before I'd even eaten anything. The food had turned up late, but it was all of the entertainment, the food, and the from a Lebanese restaurant. Anyway, one of them, somebody had, I'm not going to say who, had spiked a bit of it in one of the bong pipes. So of course, me and my friend, drunk, went out, had a bit of a try of the different
Of course you did.
on the bong pipes, as you do. And I'm not joking, it gave me the worst whitey, and I ended up collapsed on my friend's drive and taken to hospital
Oh, Lori.
in an ambulance.
I'm sorry for that.
Where I worked, just let me say, I used to work in A&E, but I worked there for 13 years, and yeah, I was taken into work.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
Yes, yeah,
For
they were like,
bongoing.
how?
Lori, did
Yeah,
you miss
okay.
what I said about my friend's Rice Krispie treats? She said you
Just-
might not want to take the second Rice Krispie treat, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. These are great, and I ate like 3, and I was hammered.
My sisters had the brownies in somewhere, like she went to, like Thailand and Phuket and all along, the Indonesian islands and that, and she had brownies and all sorts.
Oh my
She had the
God.
time of her life in her early 20s, traveling to
Jesus.
Australia, and
So the moral of the story is don't be doing a bong.
yeah, if you don't know
Yeah.
what's in it. But yeah, since that day, I'm like, no, don't. And to be fair, my
Lori.
sisters, what's that?
And listen to your friend when she says, "Don't go for the second Rice Krispie treat."
Yeah.
I'm never going to
They
look at a
were
Rice
so good.
Krispie.
She made Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treats.
No,
Come on. Come on.
Oh, Scarlett. So
well, you hear about these stories, don't you? That
yeah.
these like cookies and brownies and all sorts of cakes have been made,
Jasper.
muffins and stuff have been made with it
toffee,
in, and they're sitting there munching away and not realizing that it's got stuff in it, and they're all high. I don't know if you ever watched Grey's Anatomy. One of the episodes was hilarious.
Hey,
Somebody
Doria.
brought in cookies laced with marijuana, and all the doctors and that were high.
Oh my
I can
goodness.
imagine. See, you wouldn't maybe know what you're eating or what you're drinking.
No.
I know, but yeah, I tried to stick to I do try and sort of like stay away from the old weed. Doesn't agree with me. It doesn't agree with me. I do take CBD gummies, and it does help a little bit with the pain.
Yeah,
I
can't get on those gummies. Those gummies make me. I mean, there are so many types of gummies. I've tried them all, but I mean, they kind of just don't do anything, and they kind of make me a little nauseous. I mean, I have a bong hit or a joint or something.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if that's strong enough, but
Hey, Christine.
They do take, hi, Christine. They just take, I don't know, a little edge off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just the amount of pills that I chuck down my neck is ridiculous. I've got a big box of tablets that I have to take in the morning, and I've got them in my bag to take them through the day. And
well, I know now. 2 weeks ago, Seamus was sent home from the hospital with this box of tablets, and on it was this big red writing: "Do not take more than 3 days. This is highly addictive," right? And there was enough tablets to do a week, right? But he said, "I'm not taking them. What the hell would you be taking them for?" It was for pain.
Was it diazepam?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we didn't take any of them.
Tramadone is really, really bad.
What was that? Did you say, Scarlett?
Trazodone.
I think it was something like that.
Yeah, you know what? When I had my surgery done on my mouth, they gave me 100 milligrams of trazodone, and they didn't say take half or take a quarter. No, here I am taking the whole thing. The next day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I can't get out of bed. I feel like I'm dying. And my kids, my kids were so worried about me. And I said, I don't know what to do, And so I called my friend called the pharmacy because she works as a nurse. And she said, dudes, no, she needed maybe 25 milligrams of that. I mean, she's only like 5 foot and 115 pounds. You're giving this woman 100 milligrams of that? No.
Well, Seamus didn't take any.
Good for him.
No, he didn't. He is the sort of man that he would rather take a shot at good whiskey. Right?
There you go.
All right. And he said, why would I be taking those tablets that says after 3 days, these are highly addictive? Do not take. Why would you take something like that? He said, nope, I'll get a bottle of nice whiskey, a couple of shots of that. And he was,
there you go.
Yep.
And you Irish folks believe in that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're very strict on the whiskey, and I mean,
poaching.
Good for toothaches too.
Poaching down your neck.
Oh, poaching. I mean, again, poaching. Oh, poaching is like your moonshine, Scarlett.
Yeah, knock you out.
I don't know. I mean, we have moonshine, but I don't know about that. That sounds interesting.
Poaching is made from potato skins, basically.
But again, you don't know the strength. You don't know how good it is.
Yeah.
No, he just sticks to the whiskey. Oh, thank you, Elaine. And hope to catch you next time.
Homemade moonshine is very dangerous, and you have to know where you're getting it from and who you're getting it from, because you have all these stills down south that there are people that make it down there and make it up here too, and it's just you don't know the strength.
No, you don't.
And that's what's scary. Oof.
I was on amitriptyline for the pain, for at night time. Just could not deal. It was just making me feel crap. And because I was like in the morning, and because I was having to get the kids Connie to school, driving, it just was not. And she says, "Oh, try taking it if you're going to bed at whatever time. Just take it a couple of hours before you're going to bed." Now, I always used to forget, so I used to just take it maybe an hour before or as I was going to bed. And it was a waste of time, really. So I just said, I don't want to take these. Codeine makes me, really woozy.
But
bear with me 1 minute. My mum's
Christine was saying there, and that's what happened. This is what happened to people. She got hooked on tramadol years ago before it was categorized as a narcotic.
Narcotic, yeah.
Yeah, like that is what happened. People would been dished these out for pain relief, and look what's happened.
It's not fun.
No,
It's not fun if you don't know what you're taking. That's what's scary. Luna, stop, please. Stop. Oh, no.
JD, a lot of people over here is addicted to codeine, which is an opiate.
Oh, yes.
But again, if you were to say to those people, they don't know that's an opiate. That's just codeine. That's a painkiller. That helps my back. That helps my legs. They don't know. And they would say they're not addicted.
Hmm.
You know, and it's the sad thing is what happens when the doctor pulls that from them?
Yeah. Or take blood and they see that.
Oh,
Scary these days. That's what's going on. We have more drug addicts and in this. It's like a pandemic kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
And we have more and more every single day that are coming out. And it's really, it's very scary. Very scary.
I mean, in the 80s, it was crack.
Yep. I remember that.
Then
Never tried it.
You know,
Thank God.
Scarlett, I am going to be honest. I've never taken an illegal drug in my life because it just wasn't around me, you know,
Yeah.
and, you know, I was married young. I just wasn't in that. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because I would say I would have an addictive personality because it's like cigarettes. I like a cigarette and I find it very, very hard not to smoke a cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
I have no willpower.
Yeah, I went back to smoking cigarettes, sadly. I'm going to say a year ago, and I was off and on, and I always was the type that had 5 cigarettes a day. I never was a heavy smoker, maybe in my 20s and when I was younger, but I always managed to have a pack of cigarettes last me for like weeks on end.
Wow.
But then when I had my kids, I barely smoked. And I would have like 1 or 2, you know, and then, but it was coffee. Everything was coffee, caffeine, anything with caffeine to keep me up with these kids. But then I started losing my willpower for caffeine, where I was like, you know what, I'll have 1 cup of coffee a day, which I am glad that I can, because my heart doctor says that you can only have 1 cup of coffee a day regular and the rest decaf. And it's bad for my heart. So I went back to smoking cigarettes, and now I'm still at like maybe 2 a day.
Oh, Scarlett, that's not bad.
No, but I mean, but I vape. And that's, if I don't have the cigarette, then I'm going to vape. And then I'll have the cigarette, and then I'll go back to vaping. That's what's bad.
Hey, sorry guys, my mom popped in.
Oh, right,
So,
Delaney.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My mum rang. My nephew's in hospital.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's they said last week that his neutrophils or his lymphocytes or something is low, so they'd had to stop his chemo.
Oh,
Oh my. Yeah, I used to work in respirology. It's eosinophils, because I used to have to type it the way they say it. It's so. Do you have a sick friend?
Is it the neutrophils? It's
neutrophils and eosinophils. And when a lot of residents are from different countries, so trying to figure out their accents along with words like that was sometimes torture. But I'm sorry if you have somebody ill.
Yeah, it's my nephew. He was diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
When he was 4.
Oh, Lori.
He took his first chemo on his 5th birthday.
Oh, Lori.
That's why I shaved my head.
Oh, yes. Now I remember, because I do remember you talking about you when you went to shave your head because somebody was being an idiot about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, so you explained it.
yeah.
I hope they crawled back into their dark hole after that.
Yeah, it was literally, I'd just come into the community a couple of months and I shaved
remember
my head.
this
And
story.
Dorothy, God love her, she did share my link, and she did help sort of like boost the donations, etc.
Donations,
And I
yeah.
did. And I did raise £1,181 for
Wow.
Good for
children's.
you. You
Mm,
should be proud of doing that.
very proud of you.
Because you know what? When my mom had cancer and she lost her hair, I was going to do the same thing and I backed out. And now I feel like a complete heel.
No, don't feel that way.
I
You
know.
did it for the reason that you did it for it, and you know what? Let me tell you something. You can always do these things. Excuse me, later on.
I did.
But
I donated both my girl's hair and my daughter
yes,
just donated my
very
granddaughter's
good.
hair. We had a big thing about it. It was so cute.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always do it later on. I mean, I believe in that. If you can't do it then you can do
Yeah,
it later on.
it's been hard, but he rings the bell February next year. That'll be his treatment done, because it's a 3-year treatment. So he started
When
it.
did he start this, Lori? If you don't
So
mind
he
me
was
asking.
diagnosed. Our second lockdown that we all had in the UK, we went into the second lockdown in
Yes.
December.
Yeah.
And he was literally diagnosed on the 19th of December, 2020.
Oh.
And he's got he was 4 and then he turned 5 and took his first chemo. Then he's 7, so he'll turn 8.
So he's a trooper. He's a trooper, Lori.
Survivor.
Yeah, it's just been so hard, because it's just a shitty, horrible thing for any child to go through. And you just see them.
Oh my God, I know where they get the strength.
I know, it's horrible, but he's ringing the bell in February next year.
Good.
Awesome.
But he's not very well. He's got a real bad croupy cough and a really high temperature.
Well, tell him he's got a bunch of people here thinking about him.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry about that.
But it's that was my mum ringing me up just to say she'd been up to see him.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Do you know something? There's always something. No, Delaney, before you shot off, I was asking you if how much would you spend, do you think, in a week on having a wee smoke?
Okay, so for me, it's a little bit higher than the average person. So I'm going to say you could get off probably on $25 a week.
Yeah.
And have some leftover.
That's us here too. That's us here too.
Yeah.
So I figure $100 a month.
That's good.
For a bundle.
I thought you were going to say about $100.
No. And then because of where I live, you're allowed 4 plants per household. So my brother-in-law or my son-in-law looks after that. So I get my own plant.
Very
but
nice.
then that runs out and then you have to go to the store. Yeah. They buy what you call clones. And then you put them under lights for a little bit and then you put them outside and and then you're set.
And they're not just regular lights. They're ultra
they're
UV lights. Yeah.
And you put it in a little tent or a room, even a closet you can do. That's just to get them going. Then you transplant them into big pots, outside. And
those buckets from Home Depot, those are handy.
My friend,
but you know what you gotta watch?
Not at all.
You gotta watch for the little turds in the neighborhood late at night at 4 a.m. coming and clipping your buds.
Wow.
So
cheeky.
My daughter has a big Zelda out there, so their plants don't ever get touched.
That's good.
Zelda's a dog.
Look Jen, I have 4, Delaney.
What's that? Oh, let me go to chat. Hold on. I know how to do it now.
Jen said she's got 4
Yeah, 4 per household.
seeds.
And you can't live
Oh,
within a mile radius or a kilometer radius of a school.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Right, okay. Well,
Yep.
that's
Here you cannot
That's
be in a
me.
school district, and
Yeah, not
you
it.
know,
Yeah, that's same
I've
thing.
got a
district.
school right at the bottom of my road, so no, that won't work for me.
But friends do other friends solids. You know, if they live close to a school,
Mhm.
they'll grow them a plant or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, here is very, I mean, they are so strict with the rules. You can have it, but and we're in the school district and you can have it, but like you cannot grow it here.
Right.
And it's very interesting how that happens
But just
because
in a 1 kilometer radius for us.
yeah, it's all over. It's crazy. New
Yeah.
York has a strict policy, but they have dispensaries, they have smoke shops. I mean,
Yeah.
you can take your kid to the smoke shop and they can even buy it, at the age of 18.
You can sit on a park bench, even if as long as
Yep.
it's not near a school or a park.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
think it will become
people
legal
don't
over
even
here.
people don't look at you funny or anything.
No,
Oh
because it's
gosh,
normal
not
now. I mean,
anymore.
Yeah.
obviously, if it's legal, if
Yeah.
it's
Listen,
legal.
it's illegal. Can't get words
Legal.
out. The thing was, it's illegal in obviously the UK,
Mhm.
and I still walk through town and people are standing there smoking a spliff, and you're like, are you really like just
You know
just
what I don't like is that, people, I mean, be a discreet smoker, as I say, and get some spray, because when people walk by you in like the bank or something, you're like, what the hell? Like, what you do? Just get out of your car,
yes.
lace it up,
No,
and
Scarlett,
it's
I'd
like,
say,
no.
hey, you got any on you? No, I'm
You
kidding.
got any
I
extra?
work.
I'm
I
kidding. I
work.
don't say that.
No,
I
I wouldn't
worked in a
either.
car phone warehouse, and I'm not joking. The amount of people that used to come in stinking
Oh.
of weed, and you'd be like, used to be knocking me out with getting high while I'm trying to like do the phone contract.
And
Hey, Irvin.
they even do it outside of the courthouse. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
what the
can.
heck? Yeah,
Anywhere you can smoke, wherever there's no
yeah.
smoking
Wow.
signs,
I just
except
think
for a
it's
park
funny.
or
Like, you
school.
go through security in the courthouse and you reek of weed, and it's like, what the hell? Okay, what are you here for?
I don't even know what it would smell like. Is it a strong?
Oh,
Very.
like a
You know
skunky,
it
as you would
if you smell
say.
it, you know it.
When I was younger, my mom would say, I think there's a skunk somewhere outside. And me and my brothers would be like, yeah, I can smell it too.
Oh
I'm just
boy.
looking at some comments in chat, and I admire anyone that can fight an addiction and beat it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me, I have no willpower. I'm addicted to caffeine. I'm addicted to nicotine.
Oh yeah, coffee.
I'm addicted to nicotine.
And I think
I
it's brilliant
was.
that somebody can come through the other end.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
smoked.
do know it's always a battle.
some people might not think getting off nicotine is a big deal, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
It
It is.
It is.
That's why they have smoking cessation classes and stuff like that.
Yeah, or they have the what I took with me to Las Vegas, and I gave a bunch away to people at the wedding, at Robbie's wedding. I have these tubes, and they taste like peppermint or spearmint or mango, whatever flavor you want. They have, and you can smoke them like in the airports. You can smoke them wherever you want.
Oh, like the vapes.
Oh, the
Yeah,
vape?
but they don't vape out. They just
Oh, there's
Yeah,
no,
you get the
yeah.
flavor.
Not
And I
my
gave
sister. My
one to
daughter's got them.
I gave one to a friend of mine, and she was like, "Thank you for giving this to me, because I couldn't, you know,
10 miles.
Like if you're on a
so
flight
tempted to smoke."
somewhere, like if you're on a plane, you could use it. If you're on like an 8-hour flight where
Yeah,
you got to go without a smoke.
yeah. I mean, there's no vaping, but I mean, those, and they have it on the package. Airport safety.
Oh,
Airport,
okay.
TSA, and all this other stuff. But now you can fly with vapes and all that stuff, and weed pens and whatnot, and It's just very strange how that all happens now. But when you're in Vegas, they have a spot where you can dispense all your unused weed, leafy weed. But you can take liquid with you on the plane, like the pen caps, but you cannot take the leaf on the plane.
Right.
Unless you put it in your suitcase or something, But I mean, like, who wants to go through that? Just get it.
Well, look at the girl in Russia. Look at the girl in Russia. I'm going to tell you, I used to watch Cops. Remember Bad Boys, Bad Boys?
Oh,
What
yeah.
you gonna do?
Okay, this guy got pulled over. This guy got pulled over with, like, I'm going to say what we call a half quarter, which is an eighth
Oh
of
my
weed. And whatever state he was in, he got 20 years.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my gosh.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Usually, if we
that's
got caught
outrageous.
by a cop with some weed on us, they'd just take it.
Yeah. They just confiscate it.
Well, sometimes, or they would keep it for themselves. You never know.
Oh,
But
I had a friend that used to do
but we
that.
don't get 20 years in
That
20
was
years in
a police
prison.
officer.
Wow. 20 years. That's harsh.
20 years.
That
I don't
really is
know what
harsh.
state it was, but I remember saying to my husband, "Well, I ain't ever going to that state."
So you'd want to go to a state where you feel comfortable that you don't.
But in other states, you can get caught with it and get 6 months probation or whatever, like
Yeah.
where it's not legal. But 20 years,
Was he in his own state?
I believe so, unless cops
Just
was
imagine if
just
you had to
fucking
get
us
that
around.
sentence and you were in a different state. That would be bad.
Yeah, it would be. If I was in
Yeah.
a state where it wasn't legal, I would move.
Yes. But
What's wrong,
as I
Jasper?
said again, it's been legal to me since 1985. You just had to
Right.
be discreet, and you weren't airing your business. People knew who had it and who did it and hung out with you. But I mean, you just had to be discreet about it. And still till this day, I'm discreet. Everybody that I know is discreet, but there's really no sense of saying, oh, I smoke pot and wearing the t-shirt with the pot leaf on it. It doesn't, I mean, what's the point? That's what I don't get.
Mm.
You mean why advertise it?
Exactly.
But see,
Exactly.
I don't feel like I'm advertising it if I mean, I have a COVID mask with a Canadian leaf, like
Mhm.
Canadian flag on it, and instead of the maple leaf, it's a weed leaf.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, like something like that. Like, I don't think I'm advertising it. I just like it. And I don't think most of us here in our country anyway don't look at it as advertising.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, these kids, I'm talking about teenagers, I mean, they're walking around with all these crazy t-shirts, and even in the school, they will not permit you to wear anything that advertises like weed on it
Oh yeah, but I
or
wouldn't want that in
violence.
schools either. No.
Hmm.
Like I say, I'm not out here trying to promote it for people,
Yeah.
you know.
Go. Just
Well, it's
smoke it.
legal in your country and it's legal in
Yeah,
your state, Scarlett.
Hmm.
yeah.
And
So
you have the
there is a
choice whether to
difference.
smoke it or not.
Yeah. Hey, it's been legal here since 1985, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. I think it will be legal in the UK at some stage down the
I think
line.
it will be too. I think everything shifts in time.
No, I think what's wrong, Jasper? You want? Oh, look. Well, I've dropped the link for replays live, and she's going live in about an hour.
Okay.
And I've dropped the link.
Right
So
on replay.
basically, just shoot over to replays, and it's actually about 55 minutes. Mr. Jasper wants my attention.
Right. I'm going to actually go because I have to get my kids some food, and
All right,
I'm
my
not
love.
making food. It's a takeout night. So
Oh,
I'm going to
great.
order
And
some.
I'm going to go and watch some TV.
Oh,
All right, my
enjoy.
dear.
And do
Thank
some
you, ladies, for
crochet.
coming up.
All
Thank you for
righty.
having me.
Thanks a
No,
lot.
thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
ladies.
Juror.
All right,
Nice
love.
to see you two lovely ladies.
Have
You
a
It was
good
a
too.
night,
great
guys.
We'll
chat.
see you guys around.
I've been
Bye.
educated.
Bye. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Laurie. See you later. Bye, Scarlett.
Bye, sweetie. Thank you again.
All right, love. So I've dropped the link for replays. She's going live in about 55 minutes. I think she was having a wee rest. Hopefully you're all right, MKB. And Broken Justice, hope she's doing okay, because I know she hasn't been well. I think something happened the other night. I know she'd been in the hospital and she hadn't been well. So hopefully she's doing okay, or a wee bit better. No, thank you, Scarlett. And I'll never look at a Rice Krispie bun again the same way, or certainly not eat more than one. Oh, you're going to watch, Ginger's going to go and watch season 5 of Outlander. Delaney, thank you. Ella Bella, congratulations. Wow, yous are all fantastic, honest to God. Man and woman in here, yous are fantastic. I'm telling you, that is brilliant. 15 years sober and 13 years off opiates and meds, that's brilliant. Ella Bella. Right, ladies, so I will chat to you later. Thanks very much for coming in and having a chat. And I'm sure I'll see you throughout the week. So I'll say good night. Good night. God bless. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.